Hey, I just had a conversation with someone else in Discord, and they pointed out something that caused me to write two whole fucking screenshots worth of paragraphs that clarified something I had assumed was the same. When no, that is actually a choice point that branches off in two very different directions completely. Because a social fallacy is not what this. These are all just logical fallacies with the different. These are all fallacies from a logical perspective, not a social dynamics or emotional perspective. An emotional fallacy would not be manipulating feelings to persuade others. It would be misidentifying feelings and why they're there. Oh. Just like how a social fallacy would be assuming that you're providing access to yourself when in fact you are not. And you are creating oh, fucking yeesh. All of these fallacy categories are based on logical logic, but it doesn't consider emotional logic or social logic or structural logic, just logical logic. Which means that the depth of debates between each of these types of fucking navigation styles is robbed of depth because logical logic is treated as an absolute. Because emotional logic has its own set of rules, constraints, and interactions compared to logical logic. There can be logical logic within emotional logic, but that doesn't mean they're the exact same thing. Just like how there's logical logic and emotional logic in social logic. Social logic balances around the idea of, okay, what's reasonable? Emotional logic balances around the idea of, if X happens, what is an inherent reasonable reaction? Logical logic focuses on reality blindly and solely without connecting itself to those other two reference points or any further reference points, and treats itself as an absolute, which is arrogant and conceited, thus undermining its ability to actively and effectively communicate with people who navigate from different types of territory. In structural logic, mm, okay, so that's the reason why debating has stalled out as a effective method of communicating across multiple social spheres. Because highly intelligent individuals assumed that someone else must take these concepts to the same depth and direction as they do in order to find the truth of reality, when no, we're trying to look at the truth of reality from multiple angles. So if you don't account for other types of categorized logic, then ultimately you are doing society and yourself a disservice by isolating the ability for discussion down to a very narrow band of logical logic. Fucking hell. That's subversively clever, and an easy mistake to make, no matter who you are. This is why I love the structure of reality. It just has so many little details like this. Oh, I could go on about it for hours if I had the right person asking me questions. But I'm probably not going to find that right person for a long, long time. So, for now, I'll see you all in the next recording, my watchlings. Probably going to be the usual Sky Dailies. Bye!